Hello everyone, this is Shashi Mukherjee and today I am with Gaurav Raturi, who is the founder of Cinemapreneur, which is a new OTT platform for Indian independent films. And today I'm going to talk to him about this platform and the kinds of films they put up there and everything about it. So welcome Gaurav. Great
Thank you
to be.
so much, Shashi. Great to be here.
First of all, congratulations on having a grand release ahead of you. You're releasing this film Nirvana in, starring Adil Hussain, Sandhya Mridul, and Rajeshri Deshpande on 11th of December. And I
Right.
can see this hashtag on your site called hashtag 99 hours of Nirvana. Can you tell me more about it?
Sure. So I think when we launched Cinemapreneur, the idea was to capitalize on the fact that there are audiences, there are communities, and films can be released. Even though theaters are not there, and I think this was a very interesting collaboration where the producers and the filmmaker wanted to test something because Cinemapreneur is a new concept, and here is a film which was premiered at Busan and has a
Yes,
lot of has great cast,
credibility.
so credibility, right? So
Yeah.
they wanted to they loved the idea of Cinemapreneur and they wanted to collaborate, and I think what we felt is that a limited release would build the curiosity, and let's experiment and see how many people turn up and would want to watch a film, because the traditional avenues like TV, theater, OTT had not picked the film. And it's a very interesting film, so I think we were very excited to host Nirvana in for 99 hours, and I think it has a
Yeah.
great cast. So
I've seen the trailer also. It looks very nice. And I must tell you this, I have pre-booked it. So I'm going to watch it.
oh,
And
that's great. I think, Shashi, we need millions of people like you, and I think that's what the whole space is all about. That you love a film, you want to watch it, you don't have to wait for it. You can just book it and watch it the
true.
day it goes live. So thank you so much for subscribing to Cinemapreneur and being one of the early adopters and early viewers who want to watch the film.
So let's begin from the beginning.
Sure,
So tell me about your journey. How did it begin? How did you conceive this idea?
sure.
When did you make it come into force? Tell me all
Right,
about that.
right. So, Shashi, I mean, I'll just take you back in time. I think in around 2008 and 9, I had made a short clip. You can call it a short film, like a 1 minute film, with
Okay.
two of my friends, and we won one of the Nokia's Best Short Video Award on that. And this was a phase when YouTube was not very hit. It was not as big as it is right now, and
Hmm.
we wanted to show this film to our friends, and we could never show it. And I think my my prior journey in this space has been my other company where we started Film Booth as a platform to showcase
Hmm.
short films in India. And in 2008, 9, 10, we did multiple film festivals. We brought around 100 to 200 short films from across the country, and we started curating short film festivals. And in the last 7 8 years, I've screened more than 500 to 700 short and independent films, and I've been
Hmm.
constantly trying to come up with an avenue where there is a new model of distribution and the filmmakers can monetize their content. And I think Cinemapreneur is outcome of what we did in the last 7 8 years with Film Booth. Trying to
Okay.
trying to create a showcasing platform, trying to ticket content, trying to bring unknown films to audiences, seeing how cinephiles react to unknown content. And I think all those validations were put into Cinemapreneur, where we felt the audience is willing to put mind space to interesting films. They come, they give you their time slots. They have no clue about the films. They're not expecting stars. What they look at is authentic storytelling, creativity. And they were always applauding these filmmakers when we used to host these screenings. And I think after that, I met around 100 filmmakers over the span of last 3 years, and I
Okay.
discussed with each one of them that what's your budget, how did you monetize, how did you come up with this film, and how did you produce the film. And I think out of all those interactions, we wanted to build something which can work with the
Hmm.
independent filmmakers. And that's how the idea of Cinemapreneur has emerged, that can we create something which works well. And I think, to be honest, there was a lot of astonishment as well. If you look at the top three traditional formats, which is theater, TV, and now OTT in the last three space, none of
Hmm.
them were looking at this whole independent film space
True.
very very clearly. They were missing
Hmm.
out on the independent films. And what
Mhm.
I was feeling is that I personally, I am a cinephile and a passionate film
Mhm.
viewer as well, and I
Mhm.
couldn't watch many of the films because not everyone can go to a Mami every time on
True,
on an
true, very
Iffy, right?
true.
Then
Yeah.
how do you watch these amazing films, right? And because of that, I felt that there are so many other people like me who would want to watch these films, and they cannot travel, right? And I
Very
think
true.
with that we felt that what is that sweet spot where the filmmaker would be willing to give their film in an online streaming format and would be happy to get
Hmm.
feedback and to show the film to the audiences. And trust me, any filmmaker, the first thing they want is the audiences to watch the film. you know I think the most important thing is that they've made a film to be seen, right? And that was not happening. So a festival would happen, and after that the film would not be available anywhere.
Very true.
And sometimes what was happening is that you have to wait for or 2 years to watch that film. And I think that's what I was feeling, that why do you have to wait for 2 years for the film to land up at a free platform or any other
Hmm.
manner.
And
and
that has
and
come only now. It was not
e-
there before.
exactly. So I
Hmm.
think with that I tried to research it out and see what is the exact space. And that's how we launched Cinemapreneur. And last
Hmm.
year I went to the Film Bazaar, which is one of the places
Yes.
where filmmakers come. I met a lot of filmmakers, and the idea was pitched to them, and the interest was very positive. However, we were not able to lock a lot of films at that point of time. And I think gradually people are now taking note of pay-per-view in India, because it was a very, very
Yes.
difficult concept to explain to filmmakers last year.
Now, because of the lockdown, things have changed. Is it?
Exactly. I think 100%. I think with the lockdown, everybody has realized that arts and films have taken a hit because festivals have shut down. Theaters are
Hmm.
not there, and what will they do with the films? If the audiences are not able to watch the film. And I think we are still at the end of 2020 and not able to see how the next year looks like with the pandemic stretching.
Very
So
true.
I think the idea was created in a pre-pandemic world. However, it's like a beautiful opportunity which can come out of a crisis. And I think a lot of
Hmm.
filmmakers have felt that this is a very pandemic friendly idea, because we are restricted in our homes. We have the internet, we have the technology to watch the films. Can we not look at the positive side of having these restrictions and being able to watch the film?
People say this that it's very easy. It's easier to make a film today, but it's difficult to release. And I think with OTTs, I'm sure it's easier to release also. But how do we get people to watch it? I think that's the real
Right.
question today. With so
Yeah.
many things happening, how do you
Right.
market your films, and
Right.
how do you try to reach to the mainstream moviegoers, not just cinephiles? How are you trying
Right.
that?
Right. So I think a lot of questions there. I let's try and break it
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure.
So if you look at the traditional film ecosystem, um, only if you have a budget in crores, the P&A in crores, to be
Hmm.
spent, then only you can distribute your film in a theatrical setup, right? Because theatrical appeals to a larger audience, so you need that kind of budgets. None of the independent filmmakers and the current films can enter that space, because it requires a certain mainstreamness, that you cannot market your film to the millions of users across India, right?
Hmm.
So where we are right now is that we are saying that not everything needs to be mainstream. You don't have to play for the millions. Even if you lack people watch a film, your film is through, right? So if you try and understand, like, there are multiple talks and multiple content which tells you that, or research report which tells you that if your film has been seen by around 2.5 lakh people, you know you are through your entire budget of the film, and you
Okay.
break even, right? So
Hmm.
look at that 2.5 lakh number. So
Hmm.
any mainstream film, so if you look at the one of the biggest blockbusters, say Three Idiots, was seen by 2.5 crore people, right? So
Hmm.
it's a 100 multiplier. Now
Yeah.
what we are trying to say is that not every film needs to be seen by crores of people, right? Maybe it is not
Hmm.
meant. However, let's explore the hundreds and the thousands and the lakh of people, right?
Hmm.
And let filmmakers reach at least those audiences, right?
True,
So
true.
if you look at the model, not every filmmaker wants to do a theatrical because it's a very costly affair. You there is
Hmm.
real estate, there is theater, you have to book the film, you
Hmm.
have to pay the fees. So where we are right now is that we are saying that every filmmaker can find their audiences. They don't need the entire India to watch their film. However, they have their own audiences. They know who will
Hmm.
watch their film, who will like their film, and who they want to show the film. And I think so that's my first part answer to the first part of the question.
Sure,
The
sure.
second part is that if you look at how content has exploded, how multiple formats have come, how multiple channels, so we are in a space where there is tons of content. So I 100% agree to what you're saying, that it's a challenge. How do you bring your attention, right,
Hmm.
to a
Hmm.
certain content piece? I think that's the second part of the challenge.
Sure,
And
sure.
it is a challenge for everyone. Even if the top studios tell you that it's very easy, the top film star says it's very easy, it is not easy. With every new film, they have to again do those marketing,
Hmm.
those ideas. They
Yeah.
come up with something very unique. Like yesterday there was this whole AK versus AK trailer launch,
Hmm.
and there was a Twitter spat, and first I was thinking that it's a genuine Twitter spat, and then I
Yeah.
realized that it's a, like how filmmakers and studios have to come up with something unique every time, right,
Very
to
true.
catch the attention, right? So everybody caught the attention that there is a Twitter spat, and then they realize it's connected to a film release, to a film release, right? So I think, every filmmaker, every producer, every film studio is trying to find ways. How do they connect to the audiences? How do they market? How do they find their attention span? And I think it's a challenge for everyone to crack. And the
Very
day
true.
we all have cracked it, I think, you would know that who's been able to crack it. Now coming back, I think, to the model where, what does a filmmaker want? The filmmaker wants the film to be seen. So traditionally, how was that happening? Film festivals, right?
Yes.
And since film festivals have taken a hit, so yes,
Hmm.
we are in a space where these films are not coming out, and
Hmm.
filmmakers are finding challenges in releasing their films.
Hmm.
Also, I think I just want to talk about the OTT space, because I think OTTs is a great way. When it entered the market 3-4 years back, that now you have online streaming and online viewing of films, so the norms are different, and you have more scope for creativity, for bringing more stories, more formats, like a web series format, spread over 8 episodes, 40 minutes each. So there was a lot of newness to the whole OTT platforms, and I think, it has brought a lot of creators and a lot of new faces and a lot of new talent as well. However,
Yes.
now we are seeing slight, regression in terms of where they are coming up, going with their curation or with their commissioning, and I think that is something problematic, which is not really being appreciated by a lot of cinephiles, because they had hopes on the kind of content they will back. And I think
Yeah.
we are again feeling that all platforms
Hmm.
are trying to, get into a space where they catch the mainstream audience. They,
Of
they
course.
catch the
Yeah.
biggest pie.
That's very visible. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Hmm.
think that's what the problem is, that you can always have smaller pies and still coexist.
True. True.
The
True.
moment you only want the moment you want the entire pie, that's where you try and create things which are very mainstream.
True, true, true. How do filmmakers reach out to you with their films? What is the process? Can you tell me
Sure.
that?
So I think, because we are an online company, what we try to do is try to be very active online, on all our social media pages. We have a contact number. We have our emails set up. On our website, there is a submit a film section. So I think, I'll tell you where, like, how we are. Basically, we are very approachable. I think approachability is something which has been missing in the whole film ecosystem, which means, suppose you want to meet a filmmaker, Shashi,
Yes,
I
yes.
think it will require you a lot of time to approach that filmmaker, right? You want to approach a big studio, I don't think you can easily reach without a connection, or without really getting through
Hmm.
somebody in that ecosystem. And I think
Hmm.
that has been something which I felt that it's been missing in the whole film ecosystem, which is approachability. So I think what we I have tried, I mean, it's a new, space we are in, but we have tried to be very approachable, and we have to try to be very communicative, which means that if you're a filmmaker, you message us, you email us, you call us, you write to us, we will revert back to you, right? And we
Mhm.
will tell you whether we can work, we can collaborate or not. I think what we have seen is a lot of times this approachability was missing in all mainstream platforms and avenues. So one is that, and I think um, yeah, so that's how we sort of reach out to filmmakers. We also wanted to come up with newer ways of reaching the filmmakers, which is obviously going to the festivals, going to the markets, but
Mm.
I think that's shut right now. So whenever the next big film festival of India comes, we would definitely
Yeah.
be there interacting with filmmakers and trying to bring more content on our platform.
Sure, sure. Can we talk more about the platform? Like, how much does the audience have to pay, and how does the filmmaker benefit from that financially? And how do you benefit? Can we talk
Sure,
about the
sure,
revenue model also?
sure, sure. So I'll take a step back and I'll share the idea. So what is
Sure.
the idea? Basically, films are made on a budget, and there is money involved, right? And every film, when it does break even and make some profit, then the producers back that filmmaker, thinking that yes, this filmmaker has brought back the profit, so we can back this filmmaker again. He or
Hmm.
she is not a filmmaker that nobody wants to back because the money has not come back, right? So if a filmmaker is successful, which means that they have been able to generate monetization and bring back some money to the producers, because then only people will back you. If you've not returned the money, then people will be hesitant. So I think that's the core fundamental of this space.
Content business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the second is that we felt that the independent filmmakers are known and have their own communities, right?
Hmm.
There is a certain kind of cinephile audience which wants to watch these independent films. They are festival goers, they are cinephiles, they are people who have different taste and different choices, and they want to know what is unique and different, what is not mainstream. They have a fatigue with mainstream content. So all these
Hmm.
things have made us realize that films can be distributed where the filmmakers can take the films to these communities and generate monetization around it. So with those assumptions, we build the platform where we feel that. So how it works, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if there is an independent filmmaker, and he or she has made the film, and they haven't been able to get a theatrical, OTT, or any other kind of distribution, what we at Cinemapreneur do is that we say that come and join this journey of distributing your film, being the co-owner in the distribution journey,
Okay.
where
Okay.
you look at Cinemapreneur as a digital theater or as a online streaming partner for your film, right? What
Hmm.
happens is you submit your film to us. We look at our own curation and checks and balances if the content piece is fit from our side, and then we discuss the release date with the filmmaker. So when do we
Hmm.
release the film, right?
Okay.
And the idea is to create as much curiosity, as much hype, as much interest in the cinephile audience as we can, so that the more and more people want to watch the film. So that's the second
Hmm.
sort of way to bring out the film. The third part is that we feel that if a viewer backs a filmmaker, the filmmaker should get the highest return on that backing, which means, since ours is a pay-per-view model, it's like a ticket you're buying to watch that film, and a lion's share goes back to the filmmaker. So with every
Okay.
ticket being sold, the filmmaker is the one who's making the maximum
Hmm.
revenue on that film. So
Hmm.
if I give an example, basically,
Hmm.
imagine 100 rupees ticket being sold for a film. So what we say
Okay.
is, I'm giving you approximate number, say 60-65% goes back to the filmmaker, which means that
Okay.
if you none of the existing formats give you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Traditional
They
systems
don't. They
give you
don't.
the
Yeah.
traditional systems give you around 40 to 45 or 38 to 49% revenues, right?
Hmm.
So so here we are in a space where we are saying that let's break down the whole distribution process, where the filmmaker earns the most, and they reach out to the community, and with the numbers increasing and we reaching out to a bigger audiences, you can really consider this space bringing certain percentage back to the producers. I'm not saying that at this point of time, you can really get 100% ROI, because no avenue gives you 100% ROI, which means you always recover some cost, right?
Mhm.
And the moment we've built Cinemapreneur as a platform where we've got a large audience base across India, because I think this is what will take time. It's going to take around 1.5 years for us to really go to these cinephiles audiences who want to watch the film. We will be at a point where this will be the one of the best option for a filmmaker,
Sure,
right?
sure,
so
sure.
so so what we are doing, I think we are saying that you are getting discovered as a filmmaker. Your film is available to be viewed across the world, which means that any cinephile wants to watch a film, they Google it and they land up and they can watch the film by paying a certain ticket, right? The highest percentage on that ticket goes back to the filmmaker, right?
Hmm.
There is a positive intention by a cinephile that, okay, I'm watching this film by this filmmaker, and the filmmaker is getting back his share, which means that if more people
True.
back the filmmaker will recover his cost, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think as we are seeing the things grow, I think we are very excited, because as more and more films come, it's more and more kind of cinephile audiences who join the platform, and then they start discovering different films. And there is a sweet spot which is going to come in some time, where you
Mhm.
will see somebody who came for a Malayalam film
Hmm.
suddenly discovers a Marathi film.
Yeah.
A person who came for a short film starts to watch a documentary, and somebody who came for, say, a Nirvana in starts to watch
Hmm.
a Kondan. So we know that this is what we've built the platform for. That it's going
True,
to be a
true.
space where you will watch some amazing, unique, independent films which aren't
Yeah.
available on any other platform.
Since you talked about curation, the curation process for putting up films on your platform, so is there a tonality or a voice that you look at, or are you open to everything right now?
Right. So, Shashi, when we were planning the platform, I think what we felt is that lot of times, lot of independent films do not cater to the norms defined by curators at times. There are experimental films, there are diverse films, there are different issue-based films, and I think we brainstormed internally as a team that would we want the top 25 independent films from India and be a platform which is very, very, like restrictive in terms of the curation? Or do we want to create a platform which empowers a filmmaker in this whole distribution journey and doesn't really become very critical on the creativity aspect, right? And I think we
Mhm.
chose the second track, because what we felt is that, a lot of times the budgets are not very high for independent films, and they
Mhm.
might not match up to a lot of other international and a lot of other films in the same space. However, the storytelling or the idea would be really amazing. But if we be too critical of these films and not give them an avenue, then we are again becoming another platform which is not allowing this whole breed of filmmakers. So I think what we
Mhm.
felt is that we will not be too, we will not have too many restrictions. I think we will
Yeah.
see our own checks and balances in terms of the content and a certain quality, but on
Okay.
the diversity and the creativity, we will try and be as open as we can be, because
Mhm.
I think the idea is that the audiences tell you whether the audiences, if they've accepted, I think that's the biggest proof, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes a film which you might feel that, oh, this might not work or this might not have a lot of numbers, can suddenly be accepted by more people, right?
True.
So I think that's what it is, that we try and see that there are certain checks and balances. But apart from that, I think we feel that it's an online theater. We don't have restrictions of
Mhm.
1 week and 5 screens. We can have 100 screens working parallelly at the same time, right? So we don't have that challenge, and I think that's the beauty of being an online platform, that you can have all films. Even if one person is watching in one screen, it's absolutely fine for us. And if there are 100
Okay.
people watching another screen, I think we are okay, because as a platform, I
Yeah.
think the idea is to just give a space and let audiences decide.
True. Very true. Very true. Is there a possibility that you get into production also from the distribution side and like help filmmakers make films in the future or in the near future?
100%. Shashi, I think there are a lot of ideas. I think there is an idea to create a film fund for independent filmmakers where we commission films. And because we're interacting with so many of them, we really know that, they are so talented and they can work on certain budgets and create amazing films. So the idea is to launch, and commission films. But I think we're going to wait for another 6 months, because
Okay.
um, let's first build the core of the business and the
True.
platform, which is to really crack the whole space. And I think the idea is to commission content. The idea is to produce films, maybe 6 months or 9 months down the line. We would
Mhm.
definitely want to do that.
One more thing I've noticed on your site is that it says that it's a new platform for Indian independent films. Do you want to get independent films from other countries as well? Like, why not it become? Is there a plan like
Yeah.
that?
So yes, there is a plan actually. I think when we launched the idea, we felt that we understand the Indian ecosystem very
Yeah.
well than other ecosystem, and I think if the Indian ecosystem accepts it, then I think we can really make it global. Because when we coined the word Cinemapreneur, I think the vision
Hmm.
was to be a global platform, because it's a name which will resonate with people across the world. And I think the way the Indian filmmakers have appreciated the platform, I think we are very happy and excited, and we've been very lucky to get that feedback from them. um, Around January end, we will start a pilot, by bringing few international films.
Okay.
100%, I think we will
That's
go
so great.
international, because
Huh.
I think it's a great way, and we just wanted to run this for 6 months in India and see how it shapes up. Because
Hmm.
we have got interest from a few Indian filmmakers who are in Australia, who are in Canada, who are in the US, and we've just held on to that. But I think I've not shared this with anybody else, but we are sharing here that
It's
yes.
exclusively coming out on my channel. Thank you for that.
Yeah, that we are piloting in January, and I think yes, we will bring it to more countries in the next 6 months.
That's so nice. Lastly, how does one get to work with Cinemapreneur? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people who will be seeing this might get interested in working with you. So, could you tell me more about that? Like, what all they can do? What?
So
Yeah.
I think we have few, like if you see what all we do, basically there is curation, there is
Hmm.
marketing and campaigning on films, there is trying understanding of social media or digital marketing. Then there is a technology aspect, and there is one thing which we're trying to also build is how do we create more editorial content around films. Because I think
Okay.
we're trying to bring more spotlight to the filmmakers, trying to generate more content. And I think we are looking to have more writers or content people in our team. I think we're very approachable, Shashi. We are a new
Hmm.
company, and we are a, you can say, a young
Hmm.
startup. So I think people can write to us, they can approach us. Maybe we'll have to think of ways in which we can collaborate, because we are also seeing how to channelize so much excitement coming in. So
Yes.
I think it depends on, if somebody is really passionate to be part of this journey. I think we are absolutely open, and we have been very approachable, and we can definitely explore how to
Work
bring
it
that
out.
collaboration.
Yeah. Sure, sure. Well, then, thank you so much. It was great talking to you. And what you're doing is so good. You're narrowing the gap between independent filmmakers and the possible audiences they could have. and actually exposing audiences to new kind of content. That's so good. And thank you so much for doing this. All the
Th-
best.
yeah,
Great luck.
yeah. Thanks a lot, Shashi. I think it's been our realization that something like this was missing. So I think we were just trying to take a lead and do that. And I think it's more and more cinephiles and people like you who back us and support us. And I think then we'll be through, because I think if as we sort of crack this whole model, I think filmmakers would not need anybody else, and they could really lead this whole
Truly.
distribution journey and
Truly, I
and
can
and
just
reach out to
imagine
people
that.
across the world.
Yeah, this has become so like so approachable, and so you can make a film and put it out and people will watch it. There are people who are going to take care of the distribution part of it. You just need to
Exactly,
make it, and making a film is also becoming easier with time.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, great luck for Nirvana in also.
Thank you
I'm
so
going to
much.
watch it.
Yes, thank you so much, and we look forward to your feedback, your reviews online. I think you're
Yeah,
doing
sure,
a lot of interesting work, so I think we would be eager to know how you find the film.
sure. I'll do that. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks a lot, Shashi. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye.